The impulse, or almost the compulsion to ask why. Um, a favorite teacher of mine, Adyashanti, says the fastest way to go into suffering is to ask why. And it's a funny concept because we can just drive ourselves nuts trying to create meaning out of the meaningless, to create a story from nothing. Things happen. It's not to say that there's not reasons, but they could very well be reasons beyond our comprehension. And so trying to collapse them into something that makes sense um, is is potentially a waste of time. Now, the thing about that is there are a lot of good times, very, very meaningful times to ask why. Like, why does my hip hurt? Why does my neck hurt? Maybe it's the way you're sleeping. Maybe it's the way you're walking. Maybe it's some bad habit. Why do I have a rash? Maybe you're allergic to something. You should look into that. So asking why can lead you, in the right direction. But that's not really what we're talking about here. So this why that I'm talking about is more along the lines of um, why why is my dad like this? Well, he is. Get over it. Work with the situation that you have. Um, you know, why am I having trouble with? It could be anything. So my insight about that and what may help get through that compulsion to ask why is to realize that asking why is a way for the mind or the ego to insert a sense of control on the situation. If you ask why, or to attempt to control the situation by asking why, it makes you feel like you have more understanding or more something to hold on to feel like I can now do something because I feel empowered by knowledge. But the truth is, very rarely, if any time in this type of why, does it help if you even get an answer. And for the most part, a lot of times this particular kind of why, there is no answer. There is no answer, and to go after it is just a total waste of your resources. So it's kind of like, for example, I would do a lot of hiking. Not so much anymore. I used to do a ton of hiking, and I would know that it's maybe like 15 miles from here to there, and it's going to take so many hours, like let's say 5 hours, and even though I know that, and even though I've done this hike before, I couldn't help myself from constantly, not constantly, but periodically checking my clock. And oh well, you're monitoring progress or this or that. No, 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 no. The compulsion is an exertion of authority on the situation. There might be some other little things in there, but really that's what it's about. It's about feeling like you're in control when you're insecure, and so that's the big thing. Like I said in the beginning, there can be many reasons, some completely legitimate, to ask why. But because there are many ways that asking why only causes suffering and only is an attempt of the illusion of control on a situation, it's very valuable to, ironically, ask why you're asking why. Um, but don't do that. Don't ask why you're asking why. Notice that you're asking why, and then see if there's value in the answer. If I find out that I've been hiking for 1 hour on a 5 hour hike, does that bring me any closer to my destination? No. Um, and that in that case there is an actual answer. A lot of times there is not an answer, not an answer available or comprehensible to you. You know, humans are very complex, infinitely layered beings that, why did somebody hurt my feelings? Why did somebody abandon me? Um, why did my heart get broken? This may not ever be resolved in a logical way that's accessible to you. So, um, it brings us back to the more fundamental principles of accept the truth as it is presented to you, because all else is madness, and then just go from that place, that center point of truth, and be compassionate.